Franchise.
Get in like the Marines.
Franchise.
Yeah.
Franchise.
We're in.
Franchise. Franchise the damn thing.
And now, a scene from Batman.
Don't kill me! Don't kill me, man! Don't kill me! Don't kill me, man!
I'm not gonna kill you. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Welcome to Franchise Addicts, a podcast covering every film in a given franchise. My name is Luke.
I'm Chris.
And this week we're kicking off our coverage of the Batman franchise with Batman 1989.
The Batman, or just Batman.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Let's not
the
jump
Batman.
ahead.
Yeah, that's Batman 1989. Tim, this was one of the first movies I loved in my life. I was 5 years old. Watched the video of this at my first communion. This is big.
I was -2.
You're -2, listeners. Oh, and by the way, apologies for this being out a day late. Specifically, Irene, we're sorry. And any other listeners.
I've had ones of twos of people ask me where the episode was.
Yeah, there's a lot of word on the street. People are concerned, so I'm here to tell you all, we're sorry it was a day late. Luke, he celebrated a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. Also celebrated a couple days earlier by getting hit with essentially an acorn, like a rock acorn in the face.
Like the Joker in this movie, I was deformed and had to be brought back by the powers of medicine in order to do this pod.
Saturday night, mirror! And then he just laughed, and mirror!
You're gonna like the new guy.
Oh, wait till they get a load of me.
Well, that was said. I gotta work. I don't have a Joker voice. This is gonna be a problem.
I mean, you just have to do Jack Nicholson.
Wait till they get a load of me. That was George W. Bush, or no, that was George H.W. Bush. I just did. So I don't know. It's gonna be. I should have got into the Nicholson flow before, but I didn't. But let's get into the flow of Batman here.
Chris, I'll kick us off here. You know, this is directed by Tim Burton. We've got Sam Hamm and Warren Scarron who worked on the script.
Absolutely.
We got the ever important score that you heard at the top of this by Danny Elfman.
So good. I mean, an iconic, as much as that word is probably overused, it is. And cool that apparently, so Danny Elfman, right, scored Beetlejuice, and I think that was his first real score, and he's the Oingo Boingo frontman. Do you listen to much Oingo Boingo, Luke?
No.
I can't say I do either, but I've been aware of them, so apparently that's a very cool thing, though. He's not a traditional composer, but man, can he ever compose. And this is if I think of Batman, I mean, yes, The Dark Knight and what's that guy's name? He's very famous. Hans Zimmer. Great score, Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
But to me, and this may be just showing my age, the Tim Burton score always is the definitive Batman score.
I mean, it's the music that you hear when you're on the ride at Six Flags.
That's right.
That and Kiss by a Rose.
Do they play that in line?
They do.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, but mostly you hear the score played over and over again.
That great.
Which is,
score.
I mean, it's 8 minutes long, so it gets you through the hours that you spend waiting for that line.
Oh man.
This movie had a budget of $35 million. It grossed, both domestically and worldwide, $411 million. I've heard upwards of $450 million. It was the fastest movie to $100 million ever at this point in history. It was also the highest grossing movie of all time at this point in history.
Wow.
So this was a phenomenon, to say the least.
It was a big deal. That's explains why it was on my radar as a 5-year-old. I mean, I guess probably, yeah, 5 and then 6 when the video release happened. Like it was everywhere. I remember thinking the Batman signal or the Batman sign, the sign that you see in his chest or everything.
Logo.
At first, I thought that was this is just like how people interpret things differently. I thought that it was actually, that was supposed to be a sign of the Joker, and it was teeth. Because it's so like
yeah,
the inverted, and then I was like, oh wait, no, the black area is a bat. And that's a weird story of mine, really personalizing this. So it was a very, to take it out, a very, very, very popular, successful movie, and it really skyrocketed the already ascending careers of Tim Burton and Michael Keaton.
I heard tale that this movie, with all of the stuff surrounding the movie itself, all the memorabilia, the toys, and all that stuff, $750 million just from that junk. So this movie was it was like an economy to itself.
Yes, and again, this is why I am perfect for this podcast, because I had those toys. I had the Batmobile, I had the Joker, I had Batman. There was many different styles of Batman that you could get. I don't know when exactly that started. I had Bob, Henchman Bob. It was great. I loved it. I was the very start of the demo for this, and I ate it up, and
kind of looked over at the Oscars. It did have one win, so 1 for 1 for set design to Anton Furst. I think Chris and I both agree that the set design in this movie is iconic.
Yeah,
and it's great.
So good. It reminds me of it's a lot of Tim Burton style. So you tell me, is this somebody? Because I don't know. Did they work with Tim Burton before and after?
I didn't look far enough into it.
Yeah.
But when you see it now after having seen the movies that came after, because Pee-wee's
before,
Beetlejuice is before,
and then
like Scissorhands is after.
1 year after. Although, Burton went on this run where he releases like a movie every year.
Yeah.
And so 88's Beetlejuice, 85 was Pee-wee, 89 Batman, Scissorhands is 91.
And Forever.
Batman Returns 92.
Sorry.
But yeah, he was on a tear. But yeah, so it's the style, and yes, but the designer, but the design for the settings and but especially the settings, the town and everything is so important and so cool and like dark but yet childish a little bit. It really makes it for me.
Yeah, so before we get into talking more about the movie, let's talk. We didn't do this a lot in our Aliens version, but because the main characters in this movie and in the movies that will follow in the Batman franchise are so important, let's talk a little bit about Keaton. Let's talk a little bit about Jack Nicholson, just how important they were to this movie, basically being the success it is. But before we talk about one guy in particular, Chris.
Tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Oh.
So Keaton people were worried when they heard that Michael Keaton was going to be playing Batman. They're like, he's, kind of a nebbish, nerdy looking guy, is good looking in his own right, but he's not built. He's not Batman strong, doesn't have the broad shoulders. I think people thought Nicholson was a home run and he's the first build person on this. He made, I believe it was $6 million on signing on the dotted line to be a part of this movie. He also grabbed some percentage on the back end. His biographer guessed that he made probably $90 million in 1990 money.
Wow.
From this movie, because he basically was like, you got my name, this is going to be a monster, and it was a monster.
Yeah, and he was very, very famous at the time.
Yeah.
Much more so than Michael Keaton. Not to say Michael Keaton was a slouch, but he actually wasn't that big. Like he had
Beetlejuice turned his career around. He was like middling at that point.
Yeah.
And so to like base a humongous, what would then be a huge franchise on the back of Keaton, it benefited him to have the star power that is Jack Nicholson a part of this.
You needed Jack.
And boy, Jack brought it.
Jack brings it big time.
And it's
that's as good as I'm gonna. You'll hear my Jack voices happen and morph throughout the time.
So
we're here today.
Since I was -2 when this movie came out, I obviously didn't see this movie till later in my life when this was already like an old movie.
Oh, so sad for you.
And I probably had seen other Jack Nicholson movies before this too, and I'd always just heard, "Oh yeah, you know he's great as the Joker." And I'm pretty sure if I had seen it before the Nolan movies, it was only like once, and I was young enough where I didn't really like take it in.
Wow.
So like Heath Ledger becomes like my Joker.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, no performance of this could ever get close to it. But like revisiting it the many times, I've now seen the 89 Batman movie like 5 or 6 times. This is like the 2 different ways that you can kind of make the Joker work.
Oh,
You
yeah.
either do the Heath Ledger where you like go full method, full inhabiting of the character, the idea and everything, or you get the most charismatic son of a bitch of all time and just let him loose. And that's what Jack Nicholson is just himself with like the Joker kind of laid over the top of him, but he's kind of just like wheeling dealing doing Jack Nicholson stuff.
Yes.
Painted up as the Joker.
Yeah, with that mouth and that
And
smile.
I mean, it works.
It works.
It works. It's so different than
It's very
the
different.
Nolan Joker, but it has its own particular charm, except for the fact that every time I see the character in this movie, I'm like, oh, that's just Jack Nicholson painted weird.
Yeah, but it's good to have these different perceptions because I, being just a tad bit older, I remember thinking when I heard that Heath Ledger was going to beat the Joker, I was like, how are you going to beat the Jack Nicholson Joker? And yes, he is playing, he's not unlike he normally is in certain movies, obviously with some additional craziness. Although, I mean, you can look at The Shining and be like, oh, there's a little bit of that there.
Yeah, there's a little Jack Torrance in there.
Yeah, no, and for any lesser actor.
But he's even doing like the, you know how in a lot of like the Jack Nicholson movies, he'll do like, he'll say lines in Spanish. Like he's just, you know, some old guy and he's just calling people like his compadre.
Hey, Esperito.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you're like, if I met Jack Nicholson at a Laker game and he would say these lines to me. So it's like he's just inserting himself in as the character.
2 things. First of all, a lot of lesser actors, this wouldn't have worked at all. This would have been horrible, and it would have been like as it was written, it would have been horrendous. Also, I wonder how much of this is improv. I think a lot.
I've heard a lot of it was.
Yeah, and
I think he had kind of the creative control. I've heard tell
could
that
probably do anything he
that
wanted.
the writers that I mentioned as the writers of this movie were that in title only, and this was mostly Burton and Nicholson kind of just figuring out the movie. Burton is famously like dyslexic, which is why some of like the plots to his movie and like dialogue seem to like not make a lot of sense because he just like the language portion of it doesn't really click in his mind. But it's what makes him so visually good because he has to make up for it in a lot of other ways. And I think Jack kind of took advantage of that and was just like, hey, just let me just kind of, you know, rip and rhyme, baby.
It's a wonderful, to me, it is a perfect combination. Lightning strikes and you just get you get Burton at the perfect time in his career. You get, you know, and then you get Jack Nicholson, able to play in Tim Burton's world perfectly. Like you wouldn't think, okay, the guy that did Pee-wee's Playhouse, Beetlejuice. Well, I mean, I guess it does. It makes a little bit of sense if you think of like.
But that's
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is kind of like the Joker.
Yeah.
I actually that was a note that I had.
Could they have switched roles? Could Jack Nicholson
Yes.
have been Batman and Keaton the Joker?
Yeah, it would have been different, but I mean,
Or you get Kilmer in early on
early Kilmer
to be Batman, and then you get Keaton to do the Joker. That would be interesting.
But Keaton could do it. I mean,
Oh, for sure.
I don't know if he has all of the Jack charm, but then again, who does?
Well, this movie would not have been as big if Jack's not in the movie.
Exactly. But just it's awesome. I think it just really, really works. When I started watching this, I hadn't watched this movie for probably like 2 decades, or at least 10 years. And it was like riding a bike. At first I was like, oh, is this going to be bad actually? Like, is this going to be one of those things where I loved it as a kid and I watch it and I'm like, oh, actually this is kind of really cheesy and stupid. And I had that thought at the very beginning when he does the whole scene that we did, the I'm Batman. Like, oh, is this going to just... But then it works. It just works for me.
So
Part of that, yeah.
So learning a little bit how this movie was written, learning a little bit more about Burton and kind of his challenges with, getting good scripts and stuff like that, it makes a lot more sense why Keaton, especially when he's not in scenes with Jack Nicholson, is like pretty wooden. The dialogue kind of is lame. Him and Vicky Vale don't have a lot of chemistry together.
No.
But then when he's in the scene in the apartment with Jack and they're, going back and forth, all of a sudden you see the life in Keaton and he's going crazy too. And you're like, all right, there it is. There's Keaton. But so like Keaton gets a lot of credit historically now as being the best Bruce Wayne. Everyone's like, oh, take, what you will for the other guys who are, Kilmer's big, and
No one likes Clooney.
No one likes Clooney. He gets discarded to history.
Yeah, as he should.
And,
Sorry, I mean, no offense to him, but just...
anyways. Keaton, almost every Batman fan that you ever hear is like, oh yeah, Keaton is the best Bruce Wayne. I don't know. Like, we'll talk about it later. I'm kind of a secret, like, Kilmer stand as, like, the best of both worlds.
Sure, I mean, I like the character of Michael Keaton's kind of just doing Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne. He's a little more subdued, but he makes a few jokes. Again, to your point, the Bruce Wayne stuff isn't out of this world phenomenal. Really, I mean, you can always say that about Batman in general. Batman is always the most boring main character in Batman movies. It's always about the villains. The villains are the most exciting part of Batman movies, except maybe the gadgets. Batman has really cool gadgets, and he's dark, and but like that's his thing is to not. He doesn't steal the show ever. Like when I was a kid, loved Batman. As I've said, I'll say it many more times over this entire series. I always played when I was playing. I was the bad guys, which it took me years of therapy to get through to see, am I a bad person? Why do I want to be the Joker, the Penguin? And then finally I had the realization, well, they're just more fun. They're more fun characters to be. Batman is pretty, I mean, again, no offense to any of the people playing him or whatever, but he's kind of boring. He's just the rich, boring dude. And so Keaton at least can, be like, say a couple of sly lines, like, because I bought it in Japan. And there you go. You get a little piece of that, but it's not a very interesting character, ever. I would make the point.
I think Nolan tries as much as he can.
Well, in Batman Begins, we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
that's the one.
I think
movie
that is. I think you're gonna say the exact same thing I am. That's the one movie where the villain is not nearly as interesting as Bruce Wayne and Batman.
That's the one Batman movie where Batman is supreme.
You could argue. Well, I was about to argue that the Matt Reeves Batman Pattinson is pretty interesting.
Yeah,
but
I have to
he
see
gets
it again.
The Riddler kind of.
Hell yeah, you got Paul Dano. He's doing the Dano things. He's quiet and complicated, and I've got a thing to tell you.
I abandoned my child. Repent. Repent.
He's Eli Sunday. That guy is.
I love Dano.
Yeah. I recently saw there's an Adam Sandler movie called Spaceman on Netflix, and it's just about Adam Sandler being on a spaceship alone, and he's visited by an imaginary spider that talks, and it's voiced by Paul Dano, and that's a whole movie. It's kind of, I don't know what I thought about it, but it's, I mean, just Paul Dano being Paul Dano as a spider that's in a very close relationship with Adam Sandler.
That, I mean, we'll have plenty of Paul Dano to talk about in the Matt Reeves Batman.
But yeah, Batman's boring.
He is. So we're not going to go scene by scene through these. These are like wildly popular movies. I don't think it would do us any service to go through scene by scene, but I do want to begin with the opening scene of this movie to get us into our discussion of the movie at whole. And that is because something I forgot about this movie was that it starts with a trick. Because when it first starts, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that we immediately go into how Bruce Wayne's parents got killed.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I rewatched it.
And I'm like, oh man, that's kind of lame that they just immediately, but they don't. It's
someone else.
It's different robbers robbing a different family, and then Batman shows up.
Yeah.
Now eventually they do because you are contractually obligated to show the Waynes dying.
You got to every time. Did they? What I noticed about that was the outfits of, because I was looking around the town and I was like, oh no, this isn't modern, because everyone's in like top hats.
Oh, so all right, I got the first time we hear somebody talk about Batman.
The Bat? Oh man, give me a break, will you?
Great realism.
And it's like
with that
it's
guy
like what you're saying. It looks like a stage play of someone doing like a Charles Dickens.
What are you talking about, a bat?
And they're just like, they're sitting in, it's like really dark, and there's like the mist coming up, and it looks like...
I told you not to put the gun on the kid, man.
And he's got a shark tooth earring. The main bad guy does have a shark tooth earring. So good.
I was expecting like Jack the Ripper to like bounce up and be like, hey, what's up? And, then Batman just shows up.
Yeah. What is it, Batman? I'm scared up here. Why are you
I'm Batman.
Whoa! Shivers down my spine.
But... So after that first scene, I'm like, oh, that's cool that it starts with the twist, because now that I'm so used to it. It definitely didn't hit at the time that they were doing a subversion. But now if you watch it again, it's a complete subversion.
Sure. And
so it works.
Do you think that was intentional?
I think it's intentional.
Okay, because
I think he was thinking, this must be the way all the comic book fans think I'm going to start the movie.
Okay.
Is full origin, and they're going like,
Just kidding, Batman's already here.
They've never seen the Waynes die on screen yet.
Oh, you gotta see it.
See it to believe
the pearl spill!
And so I think he was tricking the comic book fans.
The diehards.
And so...
Then there's people are talking about the Bat. We get the Bat.
The start of this movie does a really good job of keeping the pace. Introduces you to the characters that you need to know. We get a little Billy D. Williams.
Yeah.
As Harvey Dent. We get introduced to Jack Napier, who is the Joker before the Joker.
Yeah.
So we just get Jack Nicholson looking like himself. We get Robert Wool as Knox, the reporter.
As I know him, Arliss. Did you ever see Arliss? That's such a time. That's such my age.
I know Robert Wool from Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh.
He's one of the other DJs that works with Robin Williams on the bass.
There was a show on...
And he's exactly the same as he is in this movie.
Yeah. There was a show on HBO in the 90s called Arliss that I remember they really were trying to sell it. And he's an agent. And he's the main character. And I remember seeing ads for that all during one summer. And I don't know, the show didn't last long. But he's Arliss to me, baby.
He was also the coach in Bull Durham.
And he is hot on the press. He's hot on the tail of Batman.
Well, he's hot on someone first.
Hello, legs.
Gotta love that 1989.
Vicky Vale.
Hello, legs, baby.
Kim Basinger, the other important
Vicky Vale.
Vicky Vale, the other important actor in this, Kim Basinger, our female love interest to the Batman, Bruce Wayne.
Her only purpose is to be that love interest. That's it.
She's an investigative reporter too, Chris.
Photojournalist.
She takes pictures of Fallujah or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like she's
she's
been a war photographer.
She appeals to Knox and is like, with my pictures and your writing, baby, we're going Pulitzer.
Will you marry me, Vicky Vale?
She's like, nope. All Robert Wool does this entire movie is hit on Vicky Vale, and she just completely rejects him over and over and over again, and then immediately falls in love with Bruce Wayne.
Immediately, too. Beautiful, like, kind of just like a trope that you could have in these movies of this time. Like, just like, is it, like, he's got to play it, he's got to go it a little hard, but this is just, this was, again, it's almost like it's comforting because it's like a role that you'd see all the time in early movies. Not saying it's good or bad to actually do, but
one could say that they completely replaced the character with Catwoman in the next one.
Yeah, no, 1 for 1.
Yeah.
Well, but Catwoman gets to do other stuff.
Pfeiffer gets to do cooler stuff.
And then it's Nicole Kidman. There's always the love interest. Needs to have
the love interest always figures out that Bruce Wayne is Batman.
But
they keep it a secret.
What is so ridiculous in this movie, and we're jumping around a little bit, but there's a part where Vicky Vale hangs out with Batman and supposedly doesn't know that
it's
the
Batcave,
and that it's just like the guy that she's dating.
Keaton
like, you look and sound just like my boyfriend.
Keaton is hilarious in that because he's like trying to hide in the shadows and like keeping his face turned like back toward.
He shines a light in her face. What the fuck is that? Like, clearly, if I saw you, and I was like, yeah, no, that's just Luke in a Batman mask. Like, I think I know. And he talks, he's maybe changes his voice a little. Be like, you sure?
I don't know, man.
That was a stretch.
Basinger is, young Basinger's throwing 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. No,
on the black over and over again. I can't say a lot for acting, but she looks the part.
Yeah. She had her own stylist for this movie.
I believe it.
Yeah.
She looks incredible.
Yeah, she is a looker, and so we got our main characters. We're getting into. There's a couple scenes, or there's a couple things to talk about. I mean, you steer the ship here.
You hit your scene if you want. I wanted to talk a little bit about Jack Palance as Grissom, who is the mob boss that's ahead of Jack Napier.
Yeah.
Who the Joker then kills. And Grissom is the guy that sets up Jack Napier.
Sets him up to die. Over a woman!
Yeah.
Yeah.
That lady is... They brought her in off the street. She is a terrible actor.
She's not good. It works in that part. Cause
Jack Palance, I looked him up. I'm pretty sure he's an Academy Award winning actor.
Seems like I feel like I know him from other things.
Yeah, he's a home run. He's great. He's in like 4 minutes of this movie, but he's awesome.
In his silk robe.
Yeah,
he's interesting, and he is quickly killed when the Joker becomes the Joker, which is right when things really take off.
Yeah, so Napier gets set up to be caught by the cops during a robbery on a chemical
Access
plant.
chemicals. What a cool... Chemicals. And again, another cool thing that this movie does so well, and I'm going to show my young enthusiasm, is the settings where stuff happens is so cool. Like...
Some of them.
Okay, but I'm going to say, like...
I'm going to make
the fights, the areas where action happens, like a chemical plant. Holy shit, that's awesome! Oh, they're doing stuff in the chemical plant. Yes, maybe it's a lot of this because when I played with the toys, I was like, I'm gonna put them by the fireplace.
Chemical plant is cool.
The chemical plant is cool, and I'll fight for all the places being cool.
I'll disagree with you
awesome.
very very shortly.
Okay, well.
So while the chemical plant thing is happening, I wanted to talk a little bit about the banquet thing that's going on at Wayne Manor, where Batman then hears about the chemical plant heist and then goes to create the Joker,
And
basically.
he watches a scene from the movie on his...
Yeah. Basinger's dress in this scene is so ridiculous. She like shows up to this banquet in a wedding dress.
With a lot of drapes. There's a lot of draping happening.
No, it's a full-on wedding dress. Who is like, hey, this is the first time I've been in this city, you know, going to one of these big events. I'm going big on my wardrobe to this first one. Wedding dress. I'm meeting the man of my dreams for sure. I'm pulling Bruce Wayne.
It works.
It does.
It was also the time.
I mean,
I don't know. Can you tell me about female style
Look
in the
at
1989?
everyone else at that banquet.
Okay.
She stands out like a sore thumb. She is so overdressed.
Sure. No, I won't argue against it. But I definitely noticed the dress, but I think, you know, it's to make her look. I'm sure there was someone that said, "Oh, this is great fashion, Kim. You got to wear this. It's going to be dazzling."
Sure.
And you know, yeah,
The reddest lipstick of all time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But chemical plant. First big fight scene.
Yeah.
Except for the I'm Batman part, which is more of just like a couple of high kicks
like the
against
intro.
some losers. But yeah, I mean, we get some shooting, we get some killing, and
use chemicals as a weapon.
yeah, I
That's
mean,
cool.
Jack Napier, before he's fully the Joker, is an evil dude.
He's just like, I'm gonna pull these levers, baby.
I love when they read his file when they're trying to connect like who the Joker is, and Bruce Wayne is like going through, and I think the last thing he reads is like, has a degree in chemical science. He's like,
Yes.
oh, it's gotta be him.
Makes sense.
Because obviously the Joker is a master chemist.
Yeah, which he doesn't need to be at all. He
Well,
just falls into the chemicals. He pulls some switches to fuck shit up in the plant just to be like, this will cause a ruckus.
But
That's
do
it.
you think Grissom was like, this is how he got Napier to like buy in? He's like, hey man, you can knock over this chemical place, and Napier's like,
Ooh, I love chemicals.
yes,
Hell yeah, dude. I'm gonna bring my beakers, baby.
you mean I get access to all this crazy chemicals?
Oh,
I love it.
real chem nut. Yeah, I don't think
I mean,
so.
at some point you become your work. You know, if you're invested in it, and you know Jack Napier falls into chemicals and becomes a chemical creation.
He becomes the world's first fully functional homicidal artist.
And he does.
Which
He
is-
also finds a way to mix chemicals into all the some beauty products, but not others.
Oh,
Only used in combination do they kill you.
It's
like,
very clear if you look at
he's-
Batman's screen. The formula is clear. It's like 6, 8, 9, a few numbers. He's like, I figured out the code. And then
Like-
he tells everybody, and it's fine. Don't question that part of the plot. It's rock solid.
The Joker has like a doctorate in chemical compounds.
Fauci over here.
Like the greatest minds in science are like looking at these people dying and cannot figure it out. And you know, it takes the detective mind of Batman to be able to put the things together.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Joker he's working 4D chess.
He's
It's
like,
unbelievable.
things to do today. Figure out chemical compound to kill the masses. Wind up giant boxing glove.
He shoots 3 TVs in this movie.
Yeah, it's great. It's all about the show. So yeah, the chemical stuff makes no sense. He immediately falls into the chemicals. His hand comes out
I
and
love
it's
that.
already white with green nails.
I love it. I love it.
What? None of it makes any sense at all. But that's fine. It doesn't have to. You know, another thing I thought is, and I don't know this, is there an origin of the Joker that followed this plot line prior to this movie? Like,
I've never watched like the 60s.
I don't think it happens in the 60s show.
I think the Joker in
Comics.
that is just like a goofy.
He's what's his name?
It's like Hugo Chavez or
Yeah, and he actually refused.
that's not who it is. I understand that Hugo Chavez is a dictator.
He refused to shave his mustache.
Yeah.
And so you can see a mustache in all of the stuff. And he was played by Caesar Romero.
There you go.
Close. I don't know why you're thinking. You're so rushing to generalizations there with your Hispanic names.
Generalissimo.
I don't know. It's Juan
Che Guevara.
Jalisco. Anyways, moving on. The Joker. He becomes the Joker. The office that he works out of has crazy paintings of naked women inside.
Well, he's like cutting them out of magazines and just like
He loves a
leaving.
collage. I
mean,
used to make collages as a kid. Covered my whole room.
I had to make them like when I was instructed to for art class.
Oh, it was a pastime for me, and it was
Little
clearly
decoupage.
Yeah, no, and clearly it was for the Joker. He is just he gets so excited about cutting these things out. So that's his layer is pretty cool. He immediately has an amazing color coordinator. All of his stuff is he's got jackets with decals on them for all of his dudes. Yeah.
What I wanted to ask you a question about the Joker's incognito mode. Because he does this multiple times throughout the film, where he
makes total sense.
Where he makeups over his white face with normal looking, but still has the crazy smile.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I found out in doing some of the research that in order to have the scene when he's with the group of mobsters and then shocks the dude.
Yeah.
And
great special effects on that, by the way.
Terrible. But then he wipes his face after, and he wipes the makeup off, and you see the white underneath. In order to do that, they had to do the regular makeup on Jack Nicholson. They had to then use this like oil over the white makeup, because if he would have just done the makeup over the top of the white makeup, he would have wiped both of them off.
Yeah.
So you had to put oil over the first bit of makeup over the top of that to make him look flesh colored.
Amazing.
And so all of this just for one simple wipe.
And it's stupid. It is silly, but it's something that I remember a lot. Like it's just a cool detail that's put in there, and it doesn't necessarily have a purpose, but I don't know. It's a cool thing. It's cool.
When he does like the quill and like kills the police officer, isn't he in his Joker?
Yes,
makeup?
And he has those little tiny lips.
Yeah, it's like his decisions of when to
doesn't matter.
Have normal looking flesh color and the Joker flesh color are so crazy.
We've uncovered one of the things that makes the Burton Batmans great, that is so different. You talked about the different types of Joker. This is all just fun, and it's not supposed to make any sense. In the Nolan movies, and we'll talk about the Nolan movies later, but there is a sense of like some realism. I mean, again, within reason, but like you're supposed to like, oh no, this guy is really disturbed. It's grounded in some type of realness. This is, I mean, it's dark, but it's also, I think it's a wonderful combination of like taking some of the stuff from the comic books, even taking some of the stuff from the 1966, the 60s show, and, kind of meeting halfway and making something dark, but it's also like, it's Batman. There's a clown that is the Joker. These are ridiculous ideas. And so they keep it in this, and that's why Tim Burton is the perfect person to do this. Because it's like, he can walk that line where it all works, and for me, it isn't too ridiculous where it's just stupid, but it's also not too serious, and it exists in this world that's really hard to like make fun of for me.
So I agree to a point with what you just said.
Yeah.
I will now introduce into evidence the first time where this is taken too far.
Yeah, I'll refute it.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
Hell yeah! Woo! Yeah!
Give me the shake. Let it splash.
Oh, hey, the new king in town.
The art museum
Hell
defacing.
yes.
This scene sucks so hard.
It's so fun.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's just bonkers silly. And that's the point.
It is out of nowhere,
Yeah.
so goofy, and it's
so goofy.
just to fit in the Prince song.
Okay, first of all, Prince was a big deal.
He was a
Prince
big
is
deal.
still a big deal, and he didn't give his licensing to anybody. Famously, he did not want anyone to use his stuff. He wrote a fucking song for this movie.
He wrote an album for this movie.
The Bat Dance, like, and hell yeah, if Prince comes up to you and Prince is like, hey, I want to write a song. Actually, I want to write multiple songs for your Batman movie. You're like, yes, Prince, yes. You just pay me $20 million. Like, yes, here you go. Take 25, Prince. You can do that. And I will say that Jack Nicholson and Tim Burton make it work. Yeah, it's stupid as fuck, but they make it work.
Here's the thing, though, Chris.
And it's funny.
Tim Burton himself has said he wishes these weren't in the movie.
Whatever, guy. Whatever. He
thinks they ruined the flow of the movie. I agree.
Yeah, I think it's funny. It's just funny.
It is just funny.
Did you see the Joker's henchmen are like these guys that have no personalities, have to dance, and it's so dumb. And they just
the thing that makes it more dumb is what happens before.
What happens before?
So Vicky Vale is there. She thinks she's meeting Bruce Wayne.
Mr. Bruce.
She gets a box with Joker writing on it.
Love
it has
that.
a gas mask in it.
Very tiny gas
masks. And then the Joker gasses every single other person in the art gallery.
Hell yeah.
And everyone is like, looks like they're dying. It looks like a war zone.
Yeah.
She puts the mask on. It cuts to like everyone there is like lying on the floor.
Dead.
And then Jack comes in and just starts partying.
Okay, now I
You're
will
like,
say,
this terrorizing, horrible situation occurs.
He's mad.
And he's like, turn up the Prince, baby.
So yeah. And I mean, you could say like, well, that's the tone is that this guy is a homicidal artist.
Well, there has been no Prince in the movie until this point.
Yeah, and it's hard to put in the Prince. Okay, fine, but I thought it. Okay, I'll also say, and I'm gonna be biased because you know what? This was a movie that was it's etched in my soul, and I was a little boy when I saw this, so I was like. Green gas kills everybody and then he paints on pictures. That's awesome. It worked for me. But I do watching it a second time. The defense I'll give as an adult is that the tone of the movie is fairly silly. Like it has a Tim Burton tone. It's dark, but it's also kind of not serious. It's not this tone of this movie is not totally serious at all, and it's not totally grounded in reality at all. And Jack Nicholson makes it. He uses his Jack powers of charm to somehow make me not think that this is super ridiculous. Even though, I mean, of course, yeah. And the Joker henchmen, they're dancing around. There's the line of, not this one, Bob. I like this. It's so fucking dumb, but and he's wearing an artist hat. He's wearing an artist hat.
Yes,
and
he's a little French beret.
like, yeah, no, it's totally dumb, but I don't mind it. And then it leads into the awesome Batman save, where you get the
Batmobile.
Fucking Batmobile.
The auto Batmobile where he's telling it where to drive and stuff, putting the shields up.
And I remember the trailer. I'm that old. I remember the movie trailer. He's got to be honestly, these are probably some of my earliest memories of my life. Seriously. Because
this is like being in a therapy session.
Yeah, it is. And that's what I realized. But the trailer had the whole like I think it ended with him saying like, where does he get these wonderful toys? And that's cool. That's fucking cool. And yeah, and then it cuts to the Batmobile in what could be described as like a car commercial, the way they shoot it. And I mean, I'm just gonna go with it, and the prince that's used later, I'll defend that. And I mean,
no,
the bad
no,
dads.
no.
So okay, but before we're not there yet. We're not to the awesome ass fucking parade scene that kicks ass.
No, that scene sucks.
So fucking awesome.
But we do have to get to like the best stretch of this movie is the Batmobile chase, with the Joker.
Oh, so the first chase you're saying?
What after the art scene with the Batmobile coming in?
They chase him down a bit.
Vicky Vale, he's saving her. They're running away from the Joker goons and stuff like that.
He gets to ask Vicky, "How much do you weigh?"
I love that part.
Want to weight? A little heavier than that.
he body shapes her as he saves her.
As she says,
1989.
As she says, she's like 105 pounds. I'm like, all right.
Doesn't seem healthy.
Yeah, I think you're doing all right, Vicky. You're doing good.
Oh man.
So
the best stretch. That's the best stretch for you. That's a fine
I think
stretch.
from an action standpoint, I think it's the best stretch.
Because what happens?
It's singing.
The Batmobile drives around.
They do some cool car chase stuff. You get the kind of kung fu scene.
The Kung Fu Man.
Yeah.
He comes out of nowhere, that guy.
There's another kung fu scene in the cathedral at the end, but this is the first kung fu scene.
I love it. It instructed me as a kid of how you establish fights in movies. Like first there needs to be the two guys or the 3 or 4 guys that you kill
away.
Immediately. Yeah. These guys mean nothing.
Batman doesn't kill.
Sure, he maims or whatever the fuck. But then you get like, oh, now this guy has got some. It's like video games, right?
Yeah.
Like this is the ninja dude is the end of the level boss. Like of level 1, like he's not the big guy, but he's
he's obviously not fighting the Joker right away.
No, you need, and so I love that they're like, all right, Joker henchmen, they're just dudes in biker gear. Make it a crazy ninja that flips a bunch. Like it's great. It's silly. But you know what? Like I just love the tone and I love this movie.
This
and
ends
I'll defend
with,
it till the day I die.
But this ends with Batman taking Vicky into the Bat Cave. You get the cool like him speeding towards the cave wall. It looks like, and he quick hits the garage door, and Vicky's like, "Oh my God, we're gonna hit the wall!" And then they slide on through, and she's all panicky and stuff, and Batman's trying not to let her see his face. And then Chris, something happens at the end of this. We've already talked about the awkward talking scene.
Wait.
He like uses a roofie on her.
Okay.
She wakes up back at her home and like doesn't remember how she got there.
Again,
is Batman a date rape druggist?
This is 1989. He's like, and I love the way that he does this. Says, "There's one more thing I want." And then you just cut to her waking up in a bed.
Does Bruce Wayne just have roofies like in his house?
Batman, it's on his belt.
He's like, Alfred, get the pill.
Alfred, I'm running low on roofies. Pick some up from the store, please.
I also need you to drop this unconscious woman off at her house.
Yeah, drop her off. Here's also some film I need developed, Alfred. This is good film.
Okay. It's ridiculous. Real quick, I gotta go back. I was looking at my notes. Sorry to do this, but it's worth it. The museum set. Okay, first of all, I thought the museum set was amazing. It looked really cool.
I mean, it looks like, yeah.
And then we just need to take notice for anyone that's watching this and then is going to listen to the podcast. We need to shout out do you remember what Bob is doing while they're destroying the art? Okay, Bob, the number one henchman, okay, yes. Who is obviously, I was read on Wikipedia, was just like Jack Nicholson's friend, who was an actor, but he was like, you need to hire this guy to be Bob.
Tracy Walter.
Obviously.
Yeah.
We all know Tracy. But so that's how he got the job. But so Bob has a clipboard, and as they are doing, I mean, you already have said how much you love this scene and its realism and all this. So they're destroying the art, and Bob is recording things on a clipboard as in to itemize the art that they're destroying?
I guess.
That's it.
I do remember that now.
He's clearly doing like it makes no, which is what makes me think they're in on the joke. They know how dumb this scene is. Everybody knows. It's not that they're like, no, this is actually like really cool. This is dumb and everyone knows it, but it's just I stand by it.
Make it any better?
Yes, 100%. So much of the comedy I love is funny because everyone's in on the joke. Now, you can decide whether that's for you or not. But, I mean, if we're all in on it, it's funny. So anyways, I had to shout back to Bob itemizing the stuff they're destroying. And of course, never rub another man. No, that's a
no. We're getting there.
Oh, okay.
We're getting there. Well, because basically what happens is Vicky Vale wakes up after being roofied by Batman, and then Bruce Wayne decides to come back over to her apartment because he's gonna explain to her
why he's been absent,
why he's acting weird, and basically tell her that he's Batman. And he doesn't get around to doing that because then Jack pops in.
I have something to tell you.
We get the apartment scene, which has like two of the best lines in the entire movie. I already played one of them, but we also get Keaton going full Keaton.
You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Which I always forget immediately is right before Jack does.
Tell me something, my friend. You ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Keaton does the want to get nuts line right before Jack does the "Do you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?" That's what I say to all of my prey.
That's what he says to his prey.
Yeah.
Ooh, spooky. And he's of course wearing his tan makeup here.
I do like that he's got the guy with the boombox in again, but he's playing like the romantic background music.
Yeah.
And then he walks by him and shuts it off when Bruce Wayne drops in and is like killing the vibe.
Yeah.
He's like, well, screw this. I'm not romancing her anymore.
Gotta stop my tape here, man.
And I like Keaton also has...
He makes his mixtapes at home. He gets ready for all this.
Keaton is also... Because he knows that Jack Napier is the Joker.
He does.
And he's like, I want to tell you a story about this kid named Jack. And he just got in with all the wrong people. And Nicholson's like, I'm starting to like this guy already.
Oh, he loves anything death, baby. Let me look at your work. Oh, I like that one. Trash.
And then he has the iconic...
Never rub another man's rhubarb.
Man, I forgot about that line.
I mean, that
it's a tongue twister. Never rub another...
Never rub a man's rhubarb?
Never rub another man's rhubarb. Yes. Got it.
That has to be an improv.
Of course.
That has to just be a Jack. I'm sure Jack had said that to his buddies like over and over again. And
classic Jack. He used to say that in high school when he was throwing touchdowns and scoring with everybody. Man, Jack. What could he not do?
And it ends with the Joker shooting Bruce Wayne.
He shoots him. But thankfully, Bruce has thought ahead and has put a little,
Well...
a little tray in his suit, and I love that it doesn't look weird at all.
No,
it does. You can't see it at all, and he was like, he's not gonna shoot me in the face. I know he's not gonna shoot me in the face. He's gonna go center mass, and it all works out.
Do you think this is when Vicky Vale figures out that Bruce Wayne is Batman because Bruce Wayne does the Batman disappear thing, where you're like,
I don't know.
You stop paying attention to him.
She's like, that happens with lots of men.
And then he's just gone. And she's like, oh, where'd he go? I thought he was dead.
Oh, usually I at least sleep with him first.
Well, she already did that.
She did sleep with...
Oh, I did... Because I wanted to bring this up because I thought it was clever. So after their super awkward first date where they're like sitting across the long kitchen, or not kitchen, but dining room table, that... Bruce Wayne then says, like, I don't think I've ever actually been in this room before. And they're eating soup, like, 14 miles apart from each other.
You know, I've never been in this room.
And then they go talk to Alfred, and Alfred tells embarrassing kid stories about Master Wayne.
What? I wish I had nursing a sprained ankle. Oh, you Alfred.
Alfred is always just embarrassing.
My son, I watched this with my son, part of it, and he said, it would be funny, Dad, if he was just like, he was just like some mental old guy. He wasn't even the butler. And they just kind
Bruce
of
is just like,
oh
just
yeah,
gotta keep
it's,
this.
it's my uncle. He's has dementia.
It's okay.
Master Bruce, nursing a sprained ankle.
What I was gonna say is that while they're lying in bed after having a lovely night together, Bruce Wayne and Vicky Vale, they're playing the Elfman score on piano very softly.
Yeah. Tender.
I'm like, this is great.
Yeah. And then we have to mention, if we're going back there, she sees that he sleeps upside down. Because he's a bat, baby! Which
Almost had a spit take there.
Talk about stupid shit. And then when he wakes up, it looks like he has never seen the sunlight in his life. He's just like, I got stuff to do today. I've got stuff to do. And he tells that horrible lie because he has to visit his parents. And of course, he can't tell Vicky Vale that he has to visit his parents. He has to say he's going out of town or some shit.
All right, yeah. So to get us
times.
close to the end of this movie, I wanted to point out a couple other things that I thought were clever and funny. So we talked about the chemicals already in the beauty products. So to really reinforce how this is just ruining Gotham City, they keep on showing the news reporters.
Yeah.
Who then aren't wearing makeup and look terrible on
that
TV.
guy gets so many zits.
It's very funny.
And again,
it's really subtle, but it's very funny.
This movie's funny. It's the Tim Burton tone. He can get it's funny, it's dark, but it's almost like it's like horror movies for older kids. It's never super serious at all. And I love this land. And it's the same type of land that you have in Pee-wee, that you have in Beetlejuice, where it's like entertaining for adults, but you can also watch it with a kid. I mean, this is PG-13. I think that it really works very, very well. I had something else to say.
As a child, did you understand this line from the Joker?
This town needs an enema.
I didn't know.
But it's great because he does the stupid slide whistle thing at the end, and as a kid, you're probably just like, "Oh, that's funny."
He's just being Joker. No, it took me past the Tool album to figure out what enema was.
Well, it took me to the Blink-182.
Oh,
Enema of the State.
Showing our ages. Woo. Are really, like, you can just see the progression, the Burton styles, the not Rub Another Man's Rhubarb, but the line where the Joker commercials. We didn't talk about the Joker commercials
are funny.
And how he steals the TV, and he's definitely knows. It's all just so silly. He knows how to push the TV screen out of the other, and somehow knows that that's how the studio is going to have it. He's left aligned. He's got it all planned out. He's got the line like, "Only your Undertaker knows for sure," which I was like, that's a Beetlejuice line. So it's like, how much? I mean, obviously Jack's being Jack, but I see a lot of Beetlejuice in the Joker.
That's true.
I really it's just like the Joker, or Beetlejuice is a nicer Joker. He doesn't want to kill people, but Beetlejuice, I don't think, cares if he kills somebody. Well, you haven't seen Beetlejuice, guys. Audience, write in. Follow us on social media, first of all. Franchise Addicts. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Follow us, please. And then once you follow us, I'd like you to please message the account and tell Luke to watch Beetlejuice, because he's never seen Beetlejuice. Everybody, isn't that? They're all sighing out there. They're gasping, actually. You don't know that
I don't like Tim Burton that much.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
I've waited long enough to
That's fine.
I haven't given any criticisms on this movie besides
say your piece. Speak your truth.
I'll get into it at the end.
Okay, but Beetlejuice is an American classic.
I understand that,
and it's amazing. And there's a lot of that Beetlejuice character. I mean, obviously it's Jack Nicholson doing his own thing, but man, it's really cool to see. And I love the tone. Like, what would you say? What would you say about the tone of this? Do you like the tone of this movie? Say whatever you want.
Batman 89?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I like certain I think the comedy is funny. Like, I do agree with you that the art museum scene is funny. Like, It just is. I just think that, like, My main issue with this movie is the pacing of it. And I know that's like every young person that watches the older Batman movies or watches any old movies just says the pacing is like, it's so slow.
Guys. He's showing his age, everybody.
I will
get off TikTok.
I'll give the full reasoning besides just saying pacing when we get to the ratings of this movie.
All right.
Because I can like follow you through the logical steps for why I think the pacing is off in this movie.
Okay.
And why it doesn't. Why I think Burton fails in a lot of ways in this movie. Although he succeeds in a lot of other areas, but he does fail in a lot of different areas.
Well, the American public doesn't agree with you because it was the highest grossing movie at the time ever.
At the time.
Okay. Well.
So before we get to the end of this movie, we also find out that the Joker, Jack Napier, kills
Batman's parents,
Tom and Martha Wayne.
Dun dun dun. Don't really care. Yeah. We already knew it.
And this is, Joe Chill is the guy in the comics that historically is killed. So this is a subversion of that.
Okay.
I think
they're writing their own stuff.
I think I read somewhere that the comic book lovers thought it was kind of cool to change it up for the movie. It gives the Joker and Batman in this movie a little bit more like animus towards each other.
And it erases a character named Joe Chill. Oh no, it's Joe Chill. Look out, everybody. He's a real aggressive motherfucker. Joe Chill.
Joe Chill's cool in the Nolan movies.
He's in there?
Yeah, he is. We'll get into it.
Look what
we'll get into it.
I don't know. Okay,
now we hit the single worst scene. I don't have the song for this one, but this is the
I'm dancing. I'm Joker. I'm on a float. I love it.
This sucks so
No,
hard. It's
so
like
fun.
45 minutes long.
No, it's not that long.
The reason why there's like no extras in the scene itself, like it's just the Batman goons basically in the parade, and there's like 5 other like civilians that are there, is because they cut out an entire scene where like Joker has already done something to the people in the crowd. So like for this humongous event, there's like no one downtown, basically.
Well, I mean, what about all the people that like are clawing for the money? And
there's like a handful of people.
All right. Well,
there's not like
I didn't even notice.
It takes forever. I did write in my notes that the Bat Jet looks like the Xenomorph from Alien 3. Just like painted onto a green screen, floating in nothingness. It looks so bad.
No.
It's so terrible.
I have a note that the bat wing is fucking awesome.
It looks cool, but the way that it is flying looks so dumb.
Sure, whatever. I don't know.
If you have a problem with Alien 3, Chris, you have to have a problem with this.
I don't see it. It's the legacy. It's my child.
This is like the 80s, just smashing you in the face like we couldn't do this quite yet.
I don't know, like it's my childhood bias, whatever. I think this is so awesome. The balloons and the poisonous gas, and the Joker is he's maniacal, and he's
maniacal.
Yeah, baby.
He's just dancing on a float.
Yeah, he's crazy as shit. You know, he's
throwing
dancing,
money.
He's throwing money, and then we see how greedy all the citizens of Gotham are.
What denominations do you think he was throwing?
Oh, definitely.
Because it was like $20 million or something he said he was going to throw out.
5s. But it was 89, so it was like, I could get a whole value meal.
Do you think it was ones?
People or do you think it was singles?
Do you think it was hundreds?
I think you're supposed.
It was a lot of cash.
You're supposed to. I think if you're in your mind,
I would assume it was hundreds.
Yeah, you're supposed to think it's not ones. I don't know that people would get so excited. But yeah, I mean, it's silly to, like, it's a very over-the-head thing of saying, look at how greedy these people are. They just want their money, and they're going to die. And it's this dark nihilistic view. But whatever, it's fun. And then you got the Batwing, and the Batwing he took my balloons! He took my balloons! it gets the cool. He takes all the balloons and he puts them into the sky. I'm just gonna explain the plot now, and then you get that awesome part where the Batwing goes up against the moon, baby, and you're like, whoa!
It's got the scissors on the front.
Hell yeah, it's got scissors. It's got all that shit. It's just cool. And the parade is a cool thing because, again, and yes, childhood bias, whatever. I don't care. It's a cool idea. Like, it's
I do like when the Joker yells, "Those are my balloons!"
He took my balloons! And then he shoots down the Batwing with a long gun. Which, okay.
A retractable long gun.
Retractable long gun, which is ridiculous. And it actually, like, works and crashes the plane. But, we do see a foreshadowing to the second Joker that, you know, with the whole, like, come on at me.
Yeah.
Which is like, oh, is that like
hey.
I don't know, but it is a direct thing from that movie. Also, the other thing that happens in both movies is the Joker has, like, a board meeting with all the goons.
Yeah.
Which
Ledger takes bits and pieces from the Nicholson performance. You can see a couple of the ticks that he pulls in.
It's just that cool stuff because it's such a cool character and it's such cool people performing it. So
at this point,
it's so cool.
At this point in my notes, after writing parade scene with Prince music is the worst scene in the movie.
Oh no!
I then barely took any notes because I didn't even bother writing that the cathedral fight end scene is also the worst scene in the movie.
Why?
It takes forever. You have to watch Batman climb a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
You then have Jack dancing with Vicky Vale.
Circus music, baby!
While she's like a corpse, basically, and he's just dancing around with her. It's so stupid.
Here, let me tell you why.
They do the same fight scene again when Batman gets to the top where the three goons come out. There's another martial artist.
They bring their ninja with them everywhere.
You get the stupid, like, hitting them off the bell and, like...
Hell yeah! That's so cool!
The Joker drops the bell while Batman's trying to come up.
Yes! These are so cool.
And then you get the knocking the Joker off the edge, but then he lands on the building. No, not yet. Because he does the first fake fall, and then he pulls Vicky Vale and Batman onto the ledge, and then they're hanging. Then he's like trying to knock him off.
He's like, hey, Betsy!
None of this makes any sense.
Here's what it is. It's cool setup. Okay, what's cool about the cathedral scene? Because what happens?
It's not even supposed to be in the movie. One of the producers commissioned the set to be made behind Tim Burton's back and just added it to the back end of the movie.
Well, it's a cool fucking setting, man.
It looks stupid.
It's cool as fuck.
It's dumb.
It's an old abandoned church clock tower. Like, yeah, do I want a fight scene in an old abandoned Gothic clock tower church? Yeah, I fucking do. Do I want guys to fall down a long thing? Like, and whoa, and then I fucking love that. It's a cool setting. What happens? Yeah, they fight, and eventually he's gonna get picked up by the helicopter. It's stupid. Who cares? It's all about just having a cool scene, and it needs to have a final scene. You need a final place to have a final showdown. You can't have it be at the parade. The parade that's like the penultimate place. Well, you need a final place, so you get the cool abandoned Gothic church tower. It's a cool setting. You use the bell. You use, fucking throwing people down the huge shaft. And then you got the dance. The Joker's maniacal. He's dancing to circus music. It's a little silly. Batman fights people, and then he dies.
Burton is completely out of his element doing action scene. Like this action scene in particular.
It's not cool action.
It's terrible. It's really bad.
But I don't think that these Batman movies are known for action. Like, you get the
this one is not specifically.
But like that wasn't the appeal for me. And again, the action happens, some fighting happens, not much, and it's not really that big of a deal. You're definitely not walking away from these movies being like, wow, that fight was so cool.
No, they're all terrible. Like,
they're all stupid.
Keaton is doing, like, the most basic fight moves of all time. He does, like, punch, high kick.
Hey.
Like, that's about it.
He's trying.
I did like the way the movie concludes after, Joker falls to his death and has the laughing box in his pocket. And I believe someone at the end says, public safety in Gotham City is no longer a laughing matter. What a way
and
to
make
end.
the bat signal with the witty banter. Batman doesn't skip leg day. He pulls that dude down the tower with his legs. There's all these faceless Joker goons. I had a note that the Joker goons would go on 32 years later and storm the Capitol. But it works for me, man.
Great.
I love it.
Well,
Okay,
let's
get
into our awards.
Yeah.
So, Chris, what is your favorite scene from this movie?
Oh God, so many. Huh. Can you go first?
So my favorite scene in this movie is the scene in the apartment with the back and forth dialogue of Keaton going crazy, doing the story, and Jack being like, I like that guy. And then you want to get nuts, let's get nuts. And then ever dance with the devil in the dark moonlight, or in the pale moonlight.
Yeah.
I like, because I said this earlier, that Keaton kind of comes to life when he's actually in a scene with Jack Nicholson and they're able to spar back and forth.
Yeah.
So I think it's like the first time that Keaton actually is like performing as Bruce Wayne and not just being the mysterious guy. And then Jack is just, firing on all cylinders.
I think
Don't do it.
I'm gonna say the museum scene.
I know you are.
But because it's fun and it's ridiculous, and also I like with when he sits down with Vicky Vale, it just that works for me. The museum scene is my favorite scene in the movie. Honorable mention to the parade. I fucking that's just, these are the things that they work so well for me. They don't work for you. That's okay. Again, I'm gonna blame a little bit my age, but it works. It's so memorable to me, and it just holds a place in my heart. Okay.
Best performance of the movie?
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. I agree. I'm going to give a shout. So for this, I initially wanted to give it to Robert Wuhl, who plays Knox,
Yeah.
who is largely considered to be the worst part of this movie because he's just a comedian that they hired on to tell stupid jokes and he's in way too much of the movie.
He is on a lot, especially at the beginning. He's
But
kind of heavily featured.
I wanted to give a shout out to some of the worst Robert Wuhl jokes. We already did the hello legs. He also has this great one.
Yeah, you've got a wonderful eye.
Yeah, some people think she has two.
Followed by this zinger.
The rich. You know why they're so odd? Because they can afford to be.
You know
Look
what?
at this mirror. Maybe it should be Bruce Wayne.
King of the dad jokes. Arliss.
Robert Wuhl. He's a lot in this movie. Loves hearing himself laugh. He is the king of the dad jokes. He just says stuff and then chuckles to himself, and everyone else is like, what is this guy doing?
He gets a grant.
Give Knox a grant.
Give Knox a grant. It's fucking great.
But yeah, I mean, it's Jack. Without Jack in this movie is not this movie.
Yep. I agree.
MVP?
I will say Tim Burton.
Great. I think I'm
Whoa, it's just great, fucker. What? Yeah, I mean, so I've already said
go
why.
into it, yeah.
I've already said why. I'll do a brief synopsis again. Just building on the Tim Burton. I think the tone, and I asked you about the tone, and you said you didn't care for it that much.
parts.
The tone.
I'll get, before our rating, I will
Okay.
get into my full
Sure.
denouncement of the things I dislike about this movie.
I'm going to say, so Tim Burton had a streak of movies that were incredibly good, in my opinion. Essentially the first ones. After Big Fish, maybe even before that, honestly.
You like Ed Wood?
Yeah, I do. I like Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
But so you'd say, people might say it ends around there. But those Tim Burton movies that happen in the first 6 or 7 or whatever, it's an incredibly unique special tone that I don't know that he invented it, but in my brain, in my understanding of popular culture, he did. He invents a tone that's dark but not too dark, and funny but not it's just very, very much, it's very, very Tim Burton, and you see it in those movies, and it's very unique, and it works incredibly well to bring us Batman. And with Michael Keaton, especially with Jack for this movie, with the settings and everything that they managed to put together, I think this just was like lightning in a bottle, and it works very, very well for me because of that.
MVP Tim Burton for Chris.
Write it down.
It is what it is. Mine. It's Danny Elfman.
Wow.
The score rips.
It is great. I'm never going to argue with you there.
It's probably, it ends up being, other than the Joker performance, like the most iconic part of this movie.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to get I think I did get the Batman Returns CD because I just wanted the score. And meanwhile, other stuff I'm listening to, we got Ace of Base, we got MC Hammer, and then we got the Batman Returns soundtrack because it's such a good...
When we get there, I'm telling you what.
Yeah, I was already too cynical by the time that happened.
Dude.
I wasn't. We'll talk about the Batman soundtracks in '97 and '99. They're actually very cool, but I did not give a shit about the Seal song. I was more about the other, the whatever. We'll get there when we get there. The soundtracks later become a vehicle to sell pop hits, but the first two are not vehicles to sell pop hits. Well, I guess maybe the Prince songs, but the score is great. The Danny Elfman score is iconic, and it's so cool.
MVP Danny Elfman.
Danny.
I think Burton and Elfman are kind of the highlights.
Yeah, and that's another thing. He finds Danny Elfman, and that fits. That's another piece that has to happen. If that piece isn't there, they famously, and I was listening to podcasts about Beetlejuice, because Beetlejuice, the sequel just came out. Beetlejuice.
Don't say it 3 times.
We just said it 4 collectively. That they screened Beetlejuice without the Danny Elfman score, and test audiences were like, I don't get this. I don't like this at all. But you add in the score, and people got it, and they liked it. So Elfman is crucial to this all working. Like the performers, the director, the score, all comes together to make a great, great movie in my eyes.
All right, give it your score, Chris.
Oh, baby, I'm going 9.0. And yeah, I don't give a shit. I love it. What? Okay, wait. 8.5.
Wow.
What?
You were the ultimate, gonna give it a crazy high score to begin, and then rein it back in.
Well, yeah, it's 8.5.
You gave Alien a 9.5.
9.5? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, Batman having an 8.5, absolutely good. Right. That's great.
8.5 to me is way more reasonable than a 9.
Okay.
I can live with that. 9, I was gonna get upset.
But it's hard. I mean, it's very clear. I have this and I really rediscovered this watching it for this podcast. So it's been a great experience rediscovering how important this movie is to my childhood, and so it's got a very special place. So 8.5.
So this might come because of the fact that I've seen this movie more than Chris.
How do you know?
Because you said you hadn't seen it for 20 years.
Yeah, but when I was a kid, I watched it all the time.
Okay, I've seen it more in my adult life than Chris.
Sure. But as a young boy, I watched the shit out of it.
I remember watching it a couple of years ago after having not seen it for a while and being like, man, this is really good. I really enjoy this. Seen it a couple more times. You see bits and pieces. And then this time occurred. And so the pacing. This movie starts off brilliantly with kind of a comic book type pacing. You're getting really short, quick scenes, getting a lot of information in at once, getting introduced to characters very quickly. They're hitting their taglines and stuff so that you're like, all right, this is what Jack Napier's like. All right, this is what Bruce Wayne's like. Okay, this is what Vicky Vale's like. And it's moving, it's bopping, it's weaving, it's moving. And it like continues on through the chemical plant. And everything's good. The story's just moving along like a great train passing forward. This movie hits about like the hour 15 mark and comes to a creeping halt. The scenes lengthen out. Now we're getting scenes that aren't moving fast anymore. They're taking like 5-10 minutes long. The parade scene itself as a single scene is like 15 minutes. The cathedral scene is like 20 minutes of real time.
Really?
Yeah, it is
Flew by for me.
long. The Joker famously says at the base of the cathedral to his henchman in the helicopter to pick him up in 5 minutes. And then 20 minutes happens before that part
He's doing
happens.
A dance. He has no sense of urgency.
And this movie is so well paced to begin with, and is very much like a comic book, like flipping pages, getting everything in. You're flipping, and then it turns into a novel at the end. And it's so bad in the last hour to 45 minutes of this movie that I checked out like complete. It didn't help that I've seen it, so like I know what's gonna happen, so it was easier to check out. But it is my main criticism with this movie is like Burton comes like hot off the presses into the start of this movie and is like, I am nailing every single bit of this. He is in full gear, and then something hits and he just ruins the last 45 minutes of it.
You know what hits, I think, is that Jack Nicholson wants to chew on the scenery.
Well, he also has to insert 2 Prince songs.
Yeah, he had
and
to.
they're like the 2 longest scenes in the movie besides the cathedral scene, which again I noted was not supposed to be in the movie at all.
Sure. That's fair.
And I think it got to be too much for him. We will see in the next movie that I think Burton shines a little bit brighter. Mm-hmm. I think it's a great start. It gets rocky. And then I think he, because of the success of this movie, gets a little bit more creative control for returns. And I think hits his stride a little bit better in the second movie. That being said, there's a lot of this movie that I really enjoy. I love Jack Nicholson as the Joker. That's been the big thing going back. Like I said, having the Heath Ledger of it all and being like, that's about as good as it gets. Then seeing Jack do his thing and you're like, I can't deny it. He's just electric.
Yeah.
And, he's not playing a character. He's just playing himself as the Joker. And it works. I think Keaton's worse. I think Keaton is not a great Batman. I don't think he's a great Bruce Wayne either. He doesn't get much better. I think he's overrated. In the Batman franchise. I'll lay that out in the first episode here.
Oh my god.
So this movie is gonna get a 7.7 from me.
My inner child is very hurt. He's picking up my ball and going home.
It is not an 8. It's a high 7. I appreciate. I mean, this kicks everything off. Like Superman occurred about a decade before. The first 2 Superman movies are very successful. 3 and 4 are bad, almost to the point where studios get afraid of doing superhero movies again. They're like, well, I guess we just struck lucky gold with the first 2 Superman, so let's not try this again. Burton comes in with a good Batman idea. They nail it. Makes the most money all time. And
does 2 good ones.
Superhero movies take over the movie landscape.
They don't know, but
wait. They kind of.
Batman movies do. There's not superhero movies don't really take off.
Blade.
Okay, but was Blade setting the world on fire? It wasn't.
It should have.
It was fine, but
motherfuckers like skating uphill.
Yeah, no. I mean, respect to Wesley.
The first R-rated superhero movie.
Skating, not paying his taxes. But that's fine. He worked out for him. He's
He's
in
a
Deadpool.
Demolition Man.
Yeah, baby. But I know the superhero craze happened later, and so
Well,
Batman's-
it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man's what
So
starts it.
yeah, Spider-Man.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
Yeah, and that's what, like, the first one of those is like
04?
99 or 04 was the second one. So
Okay.
the first one's probably 2000 or something. But the Batmans come out there so that we got 89, 92, 97 and 99, I believe, off the top of the dome, and they get increasingly less successful.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Okay.
Yeah, so my
I love Returns. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chris and I are going to both be very favorable for our next episode for Returns. Mm-hmm. This is like the full nostalgia episode. Now we're going to start getting into where's the art, baby, in these Batman movies. I think Returns brings the art up. It lets Burton kind of rock. Like I said, he gets the cachet from the first movie. He's able to go even weirder for the second, which I think is more successful. And then Schumacher just takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah. But hey, always fun. And the reason, that I thought, we both thought this was a great franchise is, I mean, you get such highs and lows. You get so many different stars. You get so many different directors. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
So it's not like we're leading Luke through the Alien movies because Chris has seen them and Luke hasn't. We know the Batman. Yeah. We've been there, so we can both collectively look forward to or dread potentially what's coming up. Like I said, I think Returns is going to be a big one. I'm interested in Forever, how that kind of, because like I said earlier, I think Kilmer Sneaky is like one of the better Batmans. So we'll see how, and then Nipples, Schumacher, baby.
Yeah, great.
Clooney.
Artist. Nipple suits. Alicia Silverstone. Get ready.
We get Arnold.
Oh, I think you need to chill out.
Jim Carrey.
Oh, Jim Carrey being his most Jim Carrey. So it's a lot of fun. And again, thanks everyone for listening. If you're listening, then you're hearing my voice and I'm saying thank you. Please subscribe to our podcast so you will never miss any new episodes. We're going to be putting these out every week now through the Batman franchise. And also follow us on social media. We're old, so we just do Facebook and Twitter for the time being, but Franchise Addicts Podcast. Find us. We appreciate you, and I think we're going to, until we see the bat signal in the sky next, I'll know to come back and record the next one. But until then, I'm going to go to the cave.
Yeah, I'm just a part of the night.
Bye-bye.
Franchise.